Wanting to sell his green agenda this week, we're learning this. A record number of consumers are now trading in their electric cars for gas-guzzling SUVs, and Ford laying off workers at green car plants. Does this mean Americans aren't buying what the administration is selling? Hi, everyone. I'm Eric Boeing. Welcome to Cashin In. Our Cashin In crew this week: Wayne Rogers, Jonathan Honig, Michelle Fields, also joining us, Lisa Boothe, and Juan Williams right here in studio. Welcome, everybody. Lisa, let's start with you. The auto research website, Edmunds.com, now saying 22% of people who traded in their hybrids and electric vehicles in 2015 bought a new SUV. What's going on here?
Well, look, and they're literally not buying what President Obama is selling here because he's trying to give them away with a $7,500 tax credit. But the problem is President Obama's entire green agenda is rooted in fanaticism rather than reality. And the reality is that his green agenda has cost taxpayers hundreds of billions of dollars and has failed to create the jobs and has failed to create the projects that he's promised us.
Michelle, I remember President Obama a couple years back saying, by 2015, we will have 1 million vehicles, electric vehicles on the road. Well, it's 2015 last I checked. He's only 700,000 short of his goal.
Look, the president wants everyone to be environmentalists, but what was he doing on Earth Day? Oh, that's right. He was flying Air Force One all the way to Florida, burning 9,000 gallons of fuel. Look, the problem is you cannot create demand for something that Americans don't want. And what they don't want is they don't want electric cars. The problem with picking winners and losers, which is what this administration is doing when it comes to industry and businesses, is that the taxpayer is the one who ends up losing. It's all of our money that's being pushed for electric cars, and it's our money that's being wasted.
Juan, did we waste several, as Lisa points out, and the numbers are accurate, hundreds of billions of dollars on this green agenda?
Not at all. I mean, that's the future. And you know what you see is right now gas prices are low. People are feeling good. The economy's coming back. So people are saying, hey, I'm going to get me that car and I don't have to worry about, gas economy. Well, it can be short-sighted, but have a good time.
Have a good time. What about it, John? The Ford auto plant's laying people off because they're selling enough hybrids and electric cars.
Yeah, it's hard to have a good time. As Lisa pointed out, we've spent hundreds of billions of dollars. And Juan, that's actually people's taxes. That's money people could have been used for their own lives. And Eric, this whole green energy program, certainly the green car program, has been a total disaster. Hard to underestimate how big of a disaster it's been. Some estimates is that we've spent $200,000 per electric car that's now on the road, and incentives and tax giveaways and everything else. And it's not surprising why this has been such a disaster. To Michelle's point, this has been all about government using force against innocent people who, frankly, get a lot more value out of a pickup truck than they do an electric car.
What about it, Wayne? Did we waste a ton of taxpayer money?
Oh, yes. You have to go back and look at all of the amount that has been spent on solar panels that didn't work and on wind farms that didn't work and all of these various alternative sources of energy that didn't work. And the biggest problem, of course, the interference in the free market. People who want to buy, if somebody wants to buy a pickup truck and that pickup truck is burning a lot more than there's some electrical car, he's going to do it. That's what he wants to do. He's got the money to do it. Gas prices are down not because of the government. Gas prices are down because we came along and we started doing things like the fracturing and all of those.
The free market solved the gasoline price problem. Why we should let the free market...
It's happening at the state and local level.
Right. Do me a favor, guys. Pull up this is hypocrisy alert. This was Earth Day, the week of Earth Day. Total hypocrisy coming out of the government and Hollywood. Watch. Albert Brooks tweets, I can't take global warming advice from celebrities who fly private. I get crazy. And then this one, Bill Nye. I literally thought he was being sarcastic when he tweeted this. Heading down to D.C. to catch an Earth Day flight on Air Force One tomorrow with the president. We're going to hashtag act on climate. Michelle, wow. He wasn't kidding. He actually did that.
They're all hypocrites. And that's why the American people aren't on board with all of this climate change talk, because they don't really trust the people. They say that, oh, we're all going to die because we're making the world too hot. Now we're making it too cold. If you look at polls, only 28% of Americans actually think that climate change is a big issue. So, yeah, they're not going to go out and buy an electric car when they don't trust the people who are saying that we have climate change. I mean, one day it's one thing, the next day it's another thing.
You know,
yeah, and Eric, and once again, here's President Obama's animal farm. All the animals are equal except some, like I guess Bill Nye, the science guy, and Obama himself are just a little bit more equal. So on Earth Day, they fly down in a huge jumbo jet. This is all about the green movement, making people's lives more difficult, making it more expensive for them to buy gas, work, bring their kids to school. That's what the green movement's been about, helping nature and hurting mankind.
I love this show because I get to hear the rich talk about the hypocrisy of people. I wonder about Tesla. Why is Tesla doing so well? Oh my gosh! Why is it that America?
Government subsidies. The biggest problem here.
I just think you guys accuse hypocrisy because the president gets in a jet and flies to a site to do an Earth Day event.
Earth Day.
What do you? I mean, every president flies on Air Force One.
The biggest problem here is that President Obama is standing in the way of economic growth. He's standing in the way of American jobs. He is roped off federal land.
Let me ask you something.
The reason why oil gas prices are low is because of what's happening on the state and local level.
For just a second.
Not
Who saved the auto industry in this country?
Not President
Obama. When Republicans and the rich were saying, let Detroit disappear, it was Obama.
No, guys, let me bring Wayne in here. I don't think President Obama saved the auto industry. President Obama saved the auto industry in Detroit, but took it away from the auto industry in the free market, the right-to-work states like Tennessee and Georgia and some of the other states down south, Texas, for example. The auto industry would have moved there.
Yes, it's true, Eric. The market is going to follow where there is demand. If there's demand for it, the market is going to follow that. People are building SUVs or things like that because there's demand for it. If the demand isn't there for electric cars, they're not going to build them. And you can't create demand just out of whole cloth. It has to be there. The people have to want that.
Go ahead, John.
Let me just say, Juan talks about the government saving the automakers. Juan, taxpayers lost money on those GM deals.
They did not.
And whatever happened to...
Yes.
We did, Juan. We lost money on the auto bailout. You know what you're talking about. And where are all the Chevy Volts we were supposed to see driving around?
$50 billion among a few taxpayers.
I guess there's nothing to Juan.
Let's call that a wash. That's the Obama administration.
The problem that all of you seem to engage in is you don't understand. Government should invest and compete with other countries that are coming up with alternative energy, and we should not be dependent on Middle Eastern oil.
That is called socialism.
You can't do that. You can't do that. That is completely against everything we believe here and talk about here. Government shouldn't compete.
We should be dependent on Middle Eastern oil, Eric?
Absolutely not. But private enterprise in America should compete.
That's what President Obama would like.
That's the difference. All right, we're going to have to leave it right there. California.